Good afternoon once again, baseball fans, and it's Roy Hobbs World Series Game 2 today. This is in the Legends 53 and over division and the Quad A Championship. It's between the Massachusetts Chiefs and the Border City Brewers. These teams have won their way through the different brackets of the double elimination tournament, and by result of being undefeated in the tournament, Border City will be the home team. I'm Doug Jeanette along with David Wasson and Glenn Miller down on the field. And David, we've had three good ones. What do you think we'll have here?
Boy, I tell you what, if the last three broadcast games we've had are any indication, this one is going to be a barn burner. We saw an 11-10, 11-inning game here in the opener today. Who knows what will happen here? We might be in danger of missing some of your Purdue Boilermakers tonight if that's any indication. But in all seriousness, these Roy Hobbs baseball games are tremendous games. These teams have been battling all week long here in Fort Myers, Florida, to get the opportunity to step on this stage here at Hammond Stadium and put on a show. The Mass Chiefs and the Border City Brewers here in the Legends 53 and over Quad A World Series game as the Border City Brewers take the field. We are about ready to go, Doug.
Brewers out on the field with their starting pitcher Willie Boyd, a right-hander. And once again, this is in the Legends 53 division. The umpires are at home plate, Trey Hudson. At home plate, Jeff Williams is on the bases. So,
strike.
0-1 on Doug Schofield. Here's the pitch. That's chopped over the head of the pitcher. The second baseman on 3 hops makes the play at first, and 3 up and 3 down. So quickly go the Massachusetts Chiefs here in inning number 1940. The uncrowded, charming, and quaint atmosphere of Gulf Breeze Cottages will truly take you back in time to the Florida you remember. Call now to reserve your island oasis for next year. That's Gulf Breeze Cottage Resort on Sanibel. Stretch. And the pitch. Hit high and deep to left field with 1 down. That ball is way over the left fielder's head. 1 run's going to come in to score. They're going to hold the other runner at third, and it's a stand-up double to left field for Rich Seiler. He pitches to Moorhead, swung on, line drive base hit to right field. That'll bring in the tying run. Runner on first heading for third. There's going to be a play. That's Dickerson. He is in safe at third, so runners on the corner.
Manager of the Massachusetts Chiefs. Tell me about the week that got you to this point.
Great week until yesterday. We had a rough one yesterday, but everyone's contributed. Everyone's put in significant time, and no egos on this team. That's really why we're here. And we face these guys many times. Hopefully we can dethrone them.
And what's your record?
6-1 to this point.
And the play your shortstop made last inning, that diving backhand grab, may have been the best play I've seen all week. How would you describe that play? And tell me a little bit about it.
Well, Todd's been with me for 14 years, and it doesn't surprise me. I've seen it before.
All right, Steve, thanks. Good luck.
Pitch hit hard into left field. That's going to get down. It may be a gapper. It is. A run will score. Davis on his way to second. Stand-up double by Larry Davis. And Border City takes a 2-1 lead. And here's the pitch. That's hit hard to right field. It's over the head of the right fielder. It's out into the right field corner. Coming around third is the runner Davis, and he will have a play at the plate. He is safe as the ball bounced out of the catcher's glove. The pitch is low, gets away from the catcher. Here comes a runner, the pitcher covering home, and no play. Sliding across safely is... Fans are more than 1,000 reasons to visit Flea Masters Flea Market. It's almost straight across the street from the PDC on Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard. Flea Masters Flea Market with gifts, collectibles, and so much more. Their food there is also awesome. Glenn Miller.
Okay, I'm here with a new Roy Hobbs Hall of Famer who's greeting some of his fans right below him. George Blackwell, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Glenn. Appreciate it.
Tell me what it means to be about to be inducted into the Roy Hobbs Hall of Fame.
You know, it's very special, Glenn. I've been around this game for a long time, and then to be recognized by such a quality organization as Roy Hobbs, it's a really humbling experience for me. I'm really honored, and I'm really looking forward to it.
You have quite a baseball background. Been in the game, 65 years, correct? Did you once play catch with Roberto Clemente in Forbes Field?
That's correct. Well, you got a great memory, Glenn. I appreciate that.
I wasn't there in 1960.
Well, you know what? That was a real interesting experience. As a matter of fact, I was invited for a tryout by the Pittsburgh Pirates at Forbes Field, and happened to get there real early on I'm trying to remember I think it was a Friday morning. As a matter of fact, the Pirates had a night game that night. So a lot of the players were coming in to get some early BP, and I was sitting in the dugout, and out jumps Roberto Clemente, and he just asked me if I wanted to play a little catch, and there we were out along the first base line playing catch, and it's an experience I'll never forget.
And now at the Roy Hobbs World Series, you get to play on Roberto Clemente Field. What's that like?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I think 16 or 17 years ago, they named the field over at Terry Park Roberto Clemente Field, and just being able to experience that and play on that field, which is a very nice ballpark, by the way, was a great experience.
All right, George, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Appreciate
All
it.
right.
Pitch swung on right back to the mound. Willie throws to first, and that retires Moorhead, and it retires the Chiefs. But they pick up a run here in the top of the fourth, and it's 4-2 in favor of the Brewers as we out while you're traveling. Our friendly team members and generous free amenities will make the journey easier for you, allowing you to travel happy. For reservations, call 1-800-DREWRY-INN or visit us on the web at drury.com.
Bart. Thank you. So you came all the way from Seattle. So what's it mean to be about to be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, it's a fabulous honor. It's really all my teammates, most of whom are standing up here from the Washington Titans, are the ones deserving of this, because we've had a wonderful group of guys and a wonderful team for so many years here.
Now, you worked many years in the Seattle Mariners front office, legal counsel, correct? Tell me, one time there's a general managers meeting in Naples. Tell me what happened there.
Yeah, in the middle of the tournament here, the general managers meeting was going on down in Naples, and I needed to be down there, so I was sneaking out of the hotel early in the morning in my uniform, driving up to Fort Myers to play, sneaking in the back door going back, and then at the end of the meetings, Pat Gillick, who was our special assistant to the general manager at the time, asked me what I was doing that day, and I said, I'm pitching up in Fort Myers. And he said, who's catching you? And I said, John Oler Sr., who he knew very well from having signed his son to a big league contract. So he came up and watched us win the semifinal game that day.
And what did Pat say about your performance and the team in the Roy Hobbs World Series?
Well, he's a big league scout, and he's seen it all. And I was pitching against former Major League pitcher Barry Moore that day, who he recognized. But I told him, I said, Pat, you signed Jamie Moyer to a contract at his age. You could sign some of us.
He didn't go for that, I guess.
He said, I think about it.
I guess he hasn't got back to you yet.
No.
All right, Bart, congratulations. All right.
Another great Hall of Famer here from the Roy Hobbs Hall of Fame. Inductions are tonight at the Shell Factory.
Tyler double.
Here's the pitch by Foot. Runner going. Ball's hit to deep left field. That's back. It's over the left fielder's head. One run will score. Runners will end up at second and third.
Another RBI double for the Border City Brewers. This time leadoff hitter Mike Carter laces one to left. That'll score Cooper without a throw. Hutchinson from first to...
That's a new scoreboard that we got in here this year, and for spring training, that thing was awesome.
Tremendous video board as a part of the continued improvements at Hammond Stadium.
Here's the line drive, base hit out into right field, and they'll hold the runners at third. The bases are loaded now with just one out. Boyd's been in a lot of trouble here. Bases are loaded with just one out. Pitch to Schofield, little slap base hit into left field. The runners is going to try to score the second runner. One in. The throw in is to the plate and not in time. And that's a two-run single by Doug Schofield. Boy, that Boyd pitches, slap right back to Boyd. They go to the plate for one. Over to first, a double play, and that's the way to get yourself out of a jam.
How about that? Willie Boyd calling his own number 1, 2, 3 on the double play, getting the Border City Brewers out of further trouble. That is textbook baseball by Willie Boyd, Ian Mosher, and Bill Devine.
Well, Jersey's Mike's is a huge thank you for us from the Roy Hobbs World Series locker room and concession sponsor. That's Jersey Mike's. There's nothing like a sub from Jersey Mike's. Check Mike's Way out on South Cleveland Avenue here in Fort Myers near Crystal Drive. Let's go down to Glenn Miller down the third baseline now.
Okay, I'm here with
interview.
Steve Eddy, manager of the Massachusetts Chiefs. That inning double play had to hurdle.
End the inning, yeah. We had a big chance there. Still got some game left.
Tell me about how the inning started. You got your number 9 hitter singles, and then a hit by pitch, and then it goes from there.
Yep, and that's how it starts. Everybody has a quality at bat, and we got quality all the way through, 1 through 9, and make it happen.
And despite the way it ended, you got a couple runs, so you feel like it's a new ball game.
We're still in it.
All right, Steve, thanks. Good luck.
And search on Got Game Hub. Visit gotgamehub.com. That's gotgamehub.com and create a new team. Also a chance to see a lot of good baseball. The pitch way outside gets by the catcher, and that will bring home the 7th run for the Brewers. Let's go down to Glenn.
Ready? And we are Dave Cooper, manager of the Brewers. 9 outs to go. Are you even thinking about 9 outs to go to win? Or
One at a time. We need to score again. That's our thoughts about it. We're going to have to score again. We're going to be as good as Willie Boyd is right now. He's got to keep throwing strikes, and we'll make the plays for him. But we got a little scared last inning when they got, they're hitting everything he threw. So he came back through a nice inning last inning.
And that double play to end that 5th inning, how big was that?
Big as it gets. I mean, right back to him. We're in real trouble. Their base hit ties a game, and happens to get in Willie's glove, and he's the guy who we wanted in.
And one last thing, real quick, how would you describe Willie's motion? Kind of a herky-jerky motion.
Yeah, Willie's he's been pitching since he was 8 years old, right? And he does what he has to do, and that might upset a lot of guys out there the way he throws.
All right, Dave, thanks. Good luck.
All right, 3 trips. Here's the pitch. Strike called outside corner. Now that was a nice pitch from Foot.
Foot locating that pitch very well. That you couldn't do much with that pitch if you're Larry Davis.
1-1 pitch coming to Davis. Both runners lead away. It's a shot, base hit left field. The shortstop made a great diving effort, but they were pulled in, and he had no play, and the score is now 8-4.
RB.
The pitch. Hard hit ball right center field. It's in the gap. 1 run scores. The other runner heading for third base. Davis is at third. And
I've stood right out there in left field, and it's a great place to watch.
Here's a wild pitch all the way back to the screen. Another run comes in, and it's 10-4 in favor of the Brewers. Over the heart of the plate, hammered out into right center field. It's in the gap. 1 run's coming around the score. The other runners will end up at first and third as a hard base hit to right by Mike Piccolo.
LaPiccolo drives in Jonich from second base with no trouble.
Bless America on this Veterans Day.
Okay, I'm here with Todd. Todd, your last name? Tomlin? Okay. Todd, 3 double plays this game. That's
We have a lot of games doing that. We got to get a little better, get a little more clean hits. Just got to keep pecking away and hope something happens for us.
and stay away from the double plays.
Obviously, that's a big thing to try to do, yeah. But they're playing good defense. You got to give them credit, too.
And your pitcher, the relief pitcher, just came in. How's that? Thing reminds me of Ewell Blackwell from the 40s, Ted Abernathy from the 60s, and Dan Quisenberry. Where did he get that motion? What do you know?
Well, he's an ex-fast pitch softball pitcher, and you can't find any leagues. He's been practicing for hardball last couple of years, been playing. He does quite well, really. Quite well.
Yeah, I can see the softball connection there. All right. Todd?
You're welcome. Thank you.
In the 7th, the pitch floats up there and it's hit. Base hit to left field. They're going to wave the runner. Left fielder up with it. The throw comes in, it's cut off, and it's 12. It's not over.
It isn't over, but this brings in the possibility of a 10-run of a mercy rule game here. Really, the first time you and I have seen this in these championships.
Both runners get their good leads. He's at the belt. There they go. The pitch is swung on and hit high in the air out to right field. That's tough. The right fielder can't find it. It drops right in front of him. Here comes a run to score, and it is 13-4. Chappelle, here's a shot up the middle, base hit, and that might end this thing. Run scores 14-4, and that is the end of this championship game. So by the mercy rule, the Border City Brewers win the ball game by the 10-run rule, 14-4. The totals are 14 runs on 12 hits, no errors for the Brewers. And for the losing Chiefs, they have 4 runs. They did get 10 hits, 2 errors. The winning pitcher, and an impressive win for Willie Boyd.
They got a couple of clutch double plays as well. He scattered a couple runs here and there, but really
this, the Legends 53 division, and it's down to Glenn Miller with the winning team.
Okay, I'm here with the Border City Brewers manager Dave Cooper, and probably the 2 co-MVPs, pitcher Willie Boyd and second baseman Rich Seiler. They all had tremendous games, as did the team. So Dave, tell me first about reaching this milestone, winning this championship.
Well, that's our 5th straight, and we had a big turnover this year. We lost some key players, some personal problems and injuries, and you know what, guys that didn't play a lot last year stepped up, and we get big games out of our big players. I mean, Richie's a great example of that today. That was just a phenomenal day for anybody. And hey, Willie threw strikes, and they made the plays behind him. He did what he had to do.
Is Rich one of the new guys?
No, Rich has been with us right from the onset. Yep.
And talk about Willie. I mean, battling the whole way. His motion seems to be throwing him off. What was the key to his success?
Willie battles. Willie's an athlete. Willie's Willie. And you know what? We throw him out there. That's what we expect and nothing less. And when he's going to go out there, you got a great shot at winning. That's what it's all about.
And Willie, this is a big day for you. You're winning pitcher in the championship game, the Hall of Fame induction ceremony tonight. So how would you just sum up this big day?
This championship game right here, it just topped it off. And the Hall of Fame, it was the beginning of it. And that's an honor. I never would have thought it. I enjoyed it, but this really completed everything, winning this game right here.
And that double play, I think the 5th inning-ending double play, the comebacker to you, feel like that was a key point in the game?
Oh, yes, that was a key point, but also right after that, the ball that was hit to second base and my middle infield turned it. That was the biggest play.
You guys turned 3 double plays?
I think 3 for sure, and they were tough ones. They weren't easy ones.
Talk a little bit about Rich's amazing game, about what he accomplished.
Well, he gives it to a big 2-way player today. I'll say a 3-way player, because he ran. If you'd have seen Richie last year, he had some big knee problems, and we were pushing him to get his knees fixed, and he kind of refused, but he got himself in shape, and I mean it makes all the difference in the world when a guy can run, and that's what was happening. He got to 3 balls tonight that he would have never got to a year ago today. And the hitting's phenomenal. I mean, we just rely on him in the middle of that order.
So, Rich, what did you do to prepare over the past few months to get in shape?
Well, we don't have enough time to talk about all that, but I do a lot in between the games and on the off season as well. A lot of bike, a lot of swimming, leg work, and I play a little tennis with the coach here. But racquetball is another thing that I do. Just a lot of work so that when I show up here, ready to go.
And this game today, how would you describe what you were able to do with all that offensive production?
I'll tell you what, I lived the entire year for this day, and this is what the culmination is, and I'm going to give it 110%. And I love playing with these guys because they're all ball players, and there's no whining or complaining. This team backs each other up in every play, no matter what, and it results in a great championship behind the leadership of Coop.
And how many years have you been on this team?
This will be my 4th year.
And you won every year? All right. And talk a little bit about Willie, his gutsy pitching, his way he battles out there and competes.
Well, I have a lot of respect for Willie because when I got called to join this team, Willie was the man. So I said, well, where am I going to play with Willie there? And so I get to play next to Willie and with him. And it was just incredible because I watched him play so many years before that. And I had so much admiration for him. And the Hall of Fame tonight is a culmination of justification that is well deserved.
And you're going to be there tonight? Other teammates going to be there?
I'm going to be there for sure, and I'm sure we'll have quite a few teammates. And In addition, I've got Bart Waldman, who's a very, very close friend of mine, going into the Hall of Fame as well. Just proud of those two gentlemen, and they're well deserved.
All right, I think it's time for you guys to get your gold medals and championship hats, so congratulations. Hopefully we'll see you here next year.
Thank you, Glenn, down there for the great interviews all day that we've had from Awards are being presented by Tom Giffen's wife, Ellen, and she's going into the Hall of Fame tonight at the Shell Factory, and well deserved.
The Giffen family certainly fundamental to the success of Roy Hobbs baseball. Really couldn't do it without them and all the work that they put in here. You know, just being everywhere all week long throughout the different facilities, and it just is fantastic to see everybody's participation here. And obviously, the Mass Chiefs disappointed in finishing second here, but it's disappointing on one level, but at the same time they fought hard to get here. So even though they finished second, they go home with those silver medals. I'm sure they're proud of the effort, as well they should be, throughout the week.
Well, we've enjoyed the week. We've enjoyed the 4 broadcasts with Glenn Miller and Dave Wasson, and I'm Doug Jeanette. It's off to cold Indiana for me, David, now for a week, and then back next weekend. I hope we get to do this again next year. It's been fun, and I have nothing but admiration for all the work you've done here with me. Thank you so much.
It's been my pleasure, Doug. Obviously, I've known Glenn for a long, long time, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for what Glenn does. We were both in the journalism business for a long time, so I think we make a decent team. I'd love to do this again.
Thank you very much, and fans, we hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, I'm Doug Jeanette for David Wasson and Glenn Miller. Thank you for joining us, and once again, the final score here is 14-4 as the Border City Brewers win the Legends 53 and older division. For all of us here, good night.